Here's the rewritten version of your story in simple English, expanded to around 900 words, with natural tone, good grammar, and without repeating phrases or using robotic language. Boxing fans, drama lovers, and social media sleuths, you might want to sit down for this one, because what just happened at Claressa Shields' press conference might have been more explosive than any punches thrown in the ring. It was supposed to be a typical pre-fight event. A little back and forth, a few jabs for the cameras, maybe a stare down. But what unfolded on that stage in Detroit was anything but ordinary. It turned into a full-blown verbal knockout, and Lani Daniels? She didn't see it coming. Claressa Shields, known as the GWOT, greatest woman of all time, came to the press conference ready for battle, and not just in the ring. Before Lani even had a chance to wrap her hands, she was already being publicly embarrassed. Everything seemed normal at first. The fighters sat on opposite sides of the table, the crowd leaned in, reporters took notes, and cameras flashed. Lani opened the discussion, speaking in a calm, confident tone. She said she respected Claressa but made it clear she wasn't afraid of her. It was the kind of clean, polished talk we usually hear in press events. But then Claressa took the mic. She looked straight at Lani and calmly said, "You didn't come here to bow down because you've already been bowing behind my back, studying me, copying my moves. Your coaches didn't train you to beat me. They trained you to become me. And guess what? I don't lose to my shadow." The room went silent. Then all at once, flashbulbs, gasps, chaos. It was a moment that stopped time. Lani blinked in shock. Her expression froze. And within minutes, the clip hit social media and exploded. Claressa just ended her with words, one user posted. "That wasn't a press conference. That was a live execution," said another. "But how did we get here?" This blow-up didn't happen out of nowhere. Tension between Claressa and Lani had been building for months. Lani Daniels, a skilled fighter from New Zealand, had made a name for herself as a calm, disciplined athlete. She hadn't lost a fight in years. But beneath her respectful soundbites were subtle jabs. She would say things like, "Every legacy has to end someday," or "I'm not into hype. I focus on hard work." It didn't sound like trash talk, but to Claressa, it was personal. Things got worse during their media tour. Behind closed doors, during a quiet prep session, Lani was reportedly overheard telling someone, "Claressa's too busy with her brand, she's more influencer than boxer now." That comment made its way to Claressa's team fast. And when it did, everything changed. Sources say Claressa tore up her original speech and gave her team one instruction: "Let me go first." And she did. She hit Lani with a calm, calculated speech that flipped the entire room on its head. Lani tried to come back with a weak response, something like, "Words don't win belts." But even she seemed unsure. Her confidence had cracked. Her hands shook as she reached for her water bottle. Her voice lost its firmness. And that was just the beginning. Backstage, things spiraled. According to several eyewitnesses, Lani completely broke down. She stormed into the dressing room, tore off her mic, and yelled, "That's not what we rehearsed." She accused her team of setting her up, saying, "You didn't tell me she was going to make it personal." One source said. She even knocked over a chair during the meltdown. Security had to step in, and even her publicist looked overwhelmed. But it didn't end there. A short audio clip surfaced online that same night. In it, Lani can be heard saying, "She can talk all day. I've got class. I'm not here to perform for Instagram." It didn't help her case. If anything, it made things worse. People accused her of being bitter and out of touch. Meanwhile, Claressa? She stayed silent. She didn't gloat. She didn't post any victory selfies. The only thing she shared was a black Instagram story that said, "Detroit, we home." Still, the damage was done. One of Lani's sponsors reportedly pulled out of a deal less than a day after the event, saying they were re-evaluating partnerships. An old coach even went on a live stream and admitted, she's not ready for Claressa, mentally or physically. Even Claressa's assistant coach jumped in, saying, "Lani walked into Detroit like she was on vacation. This is Claressa's city. You don't come here and talk slick without getting checked." Soon, social media turned Lani into a meme. Her frozen expression was everywhere, turned into GIFs, edited into videos, layered with music. Someone even remixed Claressa's quote into a rap. It went viral for 8 hours straight. Still, there was one major question: was this all planned? A leaked text thread suggested that Claressa's team had been planning to respond to Lani's backstage comments all along. One message read, "She called us all style and no substance? Bet. We'll give her the whole damn match." Whether that's true or not doesn't really matter now. The world saw what happened. Claressa dominated, and she did it with words before even stepping into the ring. Lani's team tried to fix things. Her coach released a bland statement about staying focused. But it didn't calm the storm. Not even close. Some people started raising concerns about how far things had gone. A few activists said the online attacks were turning into cyberbullying. One petition popped up asking for more respectful coverage of female athletes. It got hundreds of signatures in a day. But the reality is this: Claressa Shields didn't. Just win the press conference, she controlled it. She flipped the narrative, embarrassed her opponent, and left the room without saying much more than a few sharp sentences. And now all eyes are on fight night. Will Lani Daniels be able to recover from this? Or was her biggest fight lost before the bell even rang? We'll have to wait and see. But if Claressa brings the same energy to the ring that she brought to that press conference, then this fight might be over before it even begins. It started with a heated moment at a press conference, but it's become so much more than that. Now, recordings, screenshots, and even video clips are starting to leak, showing what Lani Daniels has supposedly been saying behind closed doors. This might not just be a regular fight anymore. It's looking more like the slow public breakdown of a fighter who thought she was ready for fame, but may not have realized how heavy the spotlight could be. According to a trusted sports blogger close to Claressa Shields' team, there are private messages and even a Zoom recording where Lani allegedly insulted Claressa's past opponents. She reportedly called them B-list amateurs, hyped up by American media. In one message, she even claimed they spoon-fed her a legacy. "I earned every bruise." If that evidence gets released, it could destroy Lani's credibility, and Claressa might be ready to do just that. Only a day after the press conference drama, an Instagram page with over 300,000 followers posted an audio clip. The caption read, "Lani been talking reckless, here's proof." In the recording, a voice that sounds like Lani says, "She acts like the belts make her special. Take away the cameras and she's just another loudmouth with a padded record." The audio hasn't been verified, but that didn't matter, people ran with it. Claressa hasn't said a word since. She didn't need to. Her silence is speaking for her, while social media breaks it all down. Fans are uploading videos, making hour-long commentaries, and calling it the fall of Lani Daniels. Claressa didn't embarrass her opponent, she exposed her. And now, Lani's team is in panic mode. They reportedly asked if Claressa's team would agree to a code of conduct for the next face-off. The request was denied. The organizers responded clearly, "This is war. War doesn't care about feelings." Meanwhile, Lani has disappeared from the spotlight. No interviews, no social media posts, except for one quote in black and white, "True strength is silent." She turned off comments within 20 minutes. Rumors are spreading that she's hiding or might even back out of the fight. A promoter had to publicly confirm she's still scheduled to fight on July 26th. But the statement felt cold. No quote from Lani. Just enough to calm down ticket holders. While Lani vanishes, Claressa continues to shine. She's been seen at local gyms, doing youth workshops, even throwing the first pitch at a baseball game. A tweet summed it up perfectly: she dragged Lani and then went back to giving back like it was just another day. Even brands are lining up behind her. A beauty company launched a new lip gloss line inspired by Claressa's focus and strength, right after the press conference. People are now wondering if they already knew how things would play out. And the worst might still be coming. Insiders say Claressa has one last recording she hasn't released. At a private dinner, she reportedly said, "If she keeps pushing this story, I'll post the full voice note." No one knows exactly what's on it, but just the threat is powerful enough to shake things up. At this point, Claressa doesn't just win in the ring, she wins in silence, in strategy, in timing. She lets her restraint speak louder than insults ever could. And while Claressa appears calm and confident, Lani's silence now feels like fear, not strength. With just days left before the fight, public opinion has already shifted. Lani is no longer seen as a future champion, she's becoming a warning sign. A lesson in how quickly things can fall apart when the spotlight turns against you. So now, the fight on July 26th isn't just for a title. It's for Lani's redemption. It's her chance to fight for pride, for respect, and to prove she can stand tall again. But if Claressa has anything left up her sleeve, and let's be real, she does, then that night could turn into a final message. That in the ring, and out of it, Claressa Shields always finds a way to win.